Assalamu alaikum, welcome to HLC. So if you are new viewers on my channel, first of all you just have to subscribe my channel and don't forget to click on the bell icon to get more information about my video. Our hydrological cycle is the continuous circulation of water on our earth atmosphere. There are 97% of salty water present on our earth and only 3% of fresh water is present. So you can assume that very little amount of fresh water is present on our earth planet. Now let's talk about water cycle, how we get this water again and again. As I have told you the definition of water cycle, the continuous circulation of water on our earth atmosphere. In water cycle, number of processes happening in the water cycle. Number one is evaporation or transpiration. Evaporation and transpiration, these are two topics. Number two, condensation. Number three, precipitation. What is evaporation and transpiration? Just look at this diagram. Here I have drawn a tree surface runoff, and this surface runoff water is eventually meet to the main ocean, clouds, ocean and mountain and precipitation. So we were talking about transpiration. In transpiration, water is removed from the plant body. This process is called transpiration. And the water bodies which are present on the earth, all the water bodies gets warm with the help of sunlight. So their water gets evaporate and they go to the atmosphere. When the water evaporates, it converts into invisible gas called water vapor. When the water vapor reaches to the certain height on the atmosphere, they cool and condense together. So when the number of water vapors are combined together, they condense by cooling. So they are responsible for making clouds. Inside the clouds, very tiny water droplets are present. So in the next step, when clouds are formed, these clouds are responsible for precipitation or rainfall. As the rain fall on the earth, with the help of surface runoff, water again meet with the main ocean by surface runoff. So the water we lose by evaporation, we have gained that water in the form of rainfall on the earth. So this is the continuous process. Means water bodies gets the sunlight, so their water will be warm, so evaporation will be happen, and in the next step condensation will be start, and in the next step precipitation will be start. So this is the continuous process. It cannot finish. It is cycle in form. Got it? Because one step is interrelate with the other step, or one process is interrelate with the other process, like evaporation is interrelate with the condensation, then condensation interrelate with the precipitation, then precipitation again interrelate with the evaporation. So that is why we say it as a water cycle. In the water cycle, as I have told you, that there is a precipitation or rainfall. In the same video, I just want to tell you about three types of rainfall. Number one is convectional rainfall. Number two is relief rainfall, and number 3 is frontal rainfall. Let's study them one by one. Convectional rainfall, when it happens. In convectional rainfall, our Earth planet surface is heated by sun. As our Earth planet surface is heated or get warms, this warm surface is responsible to heat the air and it rise up. So newly heated air goes to the atmosphere and this air get condensed after cooling. When they goes to the atmosphere, they cool and they condense together and they are responsible for making cumulus cloud. Remember, we are used to make this type of cloud in our childhood. So this is called cumulus cloud. When number of cumulus clouds are combined together, they make the big mass of the cloud. That type of cloud is called cumulonibus cloud. It is very big in size and it has a lot of water droplets inside it. It is responsible for rain and thundering. So convectional rainfall happen when the earth is heated, so warm surface heat the air to rise up. The newly heated air rises, more rising the air, more condensation will happen. When more condensation will be happen, it means the size of the cloud will convert from cumulus to cumulonimbus cloud. And cumulonimbus cloud is responsible for rainfall, and during rainfall it can be thundering and lightning. Number 2 rainfall is relief rainfall. In relief rainfall, prevailing wind pick up the moist air. What is mean by prevailing wind? The air which blows, that is called prevailing wind. So prevailing wind pick up the moist air from the ocean or from the sea, and it takes the moist air reaches to the coast, and when they goes on hilly or mountainy area, they are responsible for rain, because on the mountain or hilly area temperature get falls, so there is a cooling, right? So condensation happen. So more and more condensation will be happen, so more clouds will be formed. So number of clouds are accumulated at one side of the mountain. That side is called windward side. Now clouds are very heavy in weight and they want to do rainfall at that side. So what will happen in the next step? That rainfall will be happen on the windward side, and very little amount of clouds will go to the another side of the mountain. That side is called leeward side. So you can assume that only 90% rainfall happening at windward side and only 10% of rainfall happening at leeward side. This is happen in relief rainfall, in which prevailing winds are responsible to making the moist air from the sea, and moist air reaches to the coastal area and mountainy and hilly area, where they condense, they form clouds. Clouds are very heavy in weight, so they will do rainfall at that side of the mountain, but the other side of the mountain will not get that much amount of rainfall. So that side where there is a rainfall, that side is called windward side, and the other side is called leeward side. Everything is happening in relief rainfall. Now let's come to last and third rainfall, that is called frontal or cyclonic rainfall. Now let's study about frontal rainfall or cyclonic rainfall. In frontal or cyclonic rainfall, there is meetup of two different types of airs. Number one is cold air and another is hot air. So cold air is heavier in size, heavier in weight, so it sink down and warm air is lighter in weight, so it comes up. So here there is a meetup of two different types of air. Cold air will sink down and hot air will comes up. So in this way, when two airs are meet up to each other, this type of rainfall is called frontal rainfall or cyclonic rainfall. So in this video tutorial we have learned about water cycle and types of rainfall. There are three different types of rainfall. Number one is convectional rainfall, number two relief rainfall, and number three is frontal rainfall.